here inside ESPN Radio The Team, 101.7 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, inside the studios with the Evolution commentator, Sal Mora. Sal, thanks for taking the time.
No problem.
Now, when Martin Singletary came to me with his vision for Evolution, he said he wanted to make a complete production and that he was going to be looking for color commentators, website people, security people, lighting, sound. And when he said website and commentary, the first thing that came to my mind was this gentleman right here.
Thank you, Ian.
Nobody is as experienced in the realm of from a media standpoint than you. I mean, I really wouldn't, you'd be hard-stretched to find. So tell me, how did you get to this particular position of being so knowledgeable and experienced in the MMA world?
Well, I started out competing, I should say, in boxing, wrestling, judo, 5 to 18. My father put me in it, started me out there. He wanted me to transition to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at the time. I said no, I liked the judo, so I stuck with that. From there, I knew it was my time to end in the combat sports. I mean, I was one of the ones that realized that at 18 years old, I didn't want to do it no more. You know, I didn't really have the party that everybody else got to go do and the dances and whatnot, because I was always training, and I don't regret a second of that. But once I hit 18, I just was burnt out, did not want to compete no more. My cousin started fighting MMA for a local gym here. I started putting out little stories about the fights, upcoming fights, to a couple .coms. They didn't respond, and it kind of upset me about it. Or it took them 2 to 3 days to even acknowledge it. So I decided I'll get a blog spot, New Mexico Combatsports .blogspot.com. That was such a long time ago.
3 years?
Yeah,
4 years?
4 years ago. From there it progressed. I mean, I started getting a lot of hits. I didn't think a lot of people were looking at it. Never in a million years did I think I was getting anybody really. People started looking at it, people started acknowledging it, and moved to a .com, New Mexico Combatsports.com. From there, I started guest hosting on a radio show on the Sports Animal. Moved on from there. I did that for about a year and a half. Worked with you, Ian, on In the Cage. Went to every event, sometimes 2 events a weekend, 3 events even sometimes. I mean, it was wild.
So then you really, cut your teeth. You did your work. You went to all these events. You supported all these fighters, and that's what put you in the position that you're in today. Definitely did.
From there, I moved on. I got a phone call from the GM of Jackson's. He asked if I'd be interested in it. I was kind of burnt out of going to all the fights, dealing with all the politics and behind the curtain type things that I had to deal with from some of the groups around New Mexico. Not that everything was bad, it was just it was wearing on me, because there was 2 to 3 fights every weekend. It started going crazy at that time, he gave me an offer. I just, at the time, I thought I couldn't refuse, and I jumped on with Jacksons.TV, became their video guy, and did some interviews, met a lot of the UFC guys, made relationships with a lot of their local fighters also that I didn't know at the time. Still try to keep in contact with the majority of the fighters outside of Jackson's, inside New Mexico, and I think I've done a pretty good job about it. Maybe not as good as I'd like to do, but I'm working towards that more and more, going back to the local side and bring in the national side as well. From there, got a phone call from Cage Potato, or an email I should say, from Cage Potato asking if I would like to do some video interviews for the UFC guys. I said yes, moved on to there, and then got a phone call from ESPN Radio asking me if I would like to co-host Fighter Nation Radio on ESPN 101.7. Here I am today. Got a phone call from my good buddy Ian asking me if I was interested in Evolution. From there, it just is what it is now, and I'll be commentating October 30th. I'm excited. It's from top to bottom an exciting fight card. You don't want to miss it. The lighting, the production, everything is top
Here's
notch.
the fight card.
Fight
You
card's
can't
right
see
there.
it just yet. So what is your role within Evolution Combat Sports? Tell me what you've so far done for us.
My role for Evolution Combat Sports is basically all around. I'm more of like a consultant. I mean, I've assisted on the fight card, but my primary role is working on the website itself, getting interviews done, putting up content, things that I know I'm good at.
Right.
And then also I'm going to be doing my commentary for the first show, Evolution 1, in Clovis, New Mexico, October 30th.
Have you ever done any commentary work before?
I haven't, but this will be the first time. But I've done radio, I've done video interviews, so I'm pretty excited to do it. I think I know enough in the combat sports world, whether it's mixed martial arts or boxing, that I could do both. I'm pretty confident in myself. This card I'm really excited for. I mean, you got Amarillo guys coming in, Texas guys, Lubbock, Texas guys. You got New Mexico guys, you got Albuquerque guys, you got Las Cruces guys. I mean, you got them from all over the states, all over the southwest of the United States. They're coming in, they're top notch, and what's going to happen is hopefully we're going to see this explode within 1 to 3 years, and we'll be competing with the strike forces, the Ballators, the WECs, and that's the goal.
Sal, talk to me about why you're excited to be a part of Evolution.
I'm excited to be a part of Evolution and anything inside combat sports because I love it. It's what I do. Combat sports, it's what I do. And with Evolution, they're a fresh face in an old game, basically. You know, everybody else is doing cookie cutter stuff. These guys ain't. These guys are coming at you with new ideas, new fresh ideas. They're coming at it more as a fan looking out and tailor making it to what fans want to see.
Right.
And I'm excited for that because that's the way a show should put on a show, instead of looking at it business-wise and saying, oh, well, this works this way, this works that way. No. They're actually looking at it from a fan's perspective and saying, well, I like this part of it, and I like this part of this, and I like this part of this, and they're going to combine them and basically evolve from the old style.
Right.
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna evolve from the cookie cutter promoter style of combat sports, and they're gonna evolve into Evolution Combat Sports. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see the final product on October 30th.
No, I'm really excited too. Sal, where can we find you? I know you have a lot of presence on the internet, and you also have presence on the radio and on the TV. Talk to us about some of your projects real quick.
You can find me on ESPN Radio 101.7 The Team. In Albuquerque, you can find me at salmora.com, myfighternation.com. You can find some of my interviews with some of the UFC guys on cagepotato.com. I mean, I'm everywhere. I am everywhere. I'm busy. Evolution.com, evolutioncombatsports.com.
Combatsportschampionship.com.
There we go, combatsportschampionship.com. You'll find me on there a lot. I'll be the one doing all the little stories and stuff like that and posting and whatnot, and I'm working with Ian with the videos and things like that. And I just can't speak any more highly of the staff for Evolution Combat Sports. Hopefully we do take it to that next level like we're planning to. I pretty much believe we are, with the focus and the backing and everything like that. Sky's the limit.
You know, and this is honestly the way I see it is I'm extremely proud of the way that everyone in New Mexico, every gym in New Mexico, you know, I really thought there was going to be a lot of negative and haters, but every gym is just really excited to be a part of it, and I'm really proud of all the outpouring of support that New Mexico's brought to Evolution, and that includes you, Sal. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing a lot more from Sal Mora in the days and weeks to come as we get closer to Evolution. So we can wrap this one right up now. Sal, wave goodbye to the camera, and we'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, later. Thanks, man.
Yep.